Hey, what's up guys? This is Gus, back with another gameplay commentary. You're looking at a Halo 4 gameplay. Nothing too special about the gameplay. It's a short one, 7.5 minutes. So I want to chime in on this Dwight Howard deal that's going on. Pretty much my opinion on the whole thing is this, is that I'm just glad it's all over. I mean, to be honest with you, as a Laker fan, him, you know, just not knowing where the hell he was going to go. And this, believe me, everyone's trying to make it a big deal, like, oh, all of a sudden he doesn't like Kobe, doesn't like this. He was never committed to the Lakers at all. You know, and before I get into the Lakers and what they should do, this and that, you know, as far as the Rockets, you know what? Good luck with Dwight Howard. Hopefully he wants to stay with your team. But just keep in mind, for all these people that are so happy, the Rockets wasn't his first choice. His first choice was to go to the Nets. So that's the thing. Hopefully you guys can get a few winning seasons and actually contend for a championship. Not just be a better team, but contend for a championship, because I wouldn't be surprised if he wants out of there in a couple years if you guys aren't winning. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Second point I want to make is that Dwight Howard supposedly didn't want to come to the Lakers because he didn't want to play in Kobe Bryant's shadow. He didn't want to play in a future Hall of Famer's shadow, but he's willing to go to Houston and play behind James Harden in his shadow. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. I mean, so anyway, just from this stupid shit that I'm just kind of feeling about Dwight, it's a good thing that he did leave. You know, and Laker fans, we need to understand this, because I know a lot of us are hurt right now. A lot of us are like, why, you know, and Lakers have gone downhill. But the thing is, champions want to come to LA. Think about the people that have won championships with the Lakers over the years. Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. Those guys are in a league of their own. Even go to a different team. Freaking Miami Heat. I don't like that team. But LeBron James, mentally tough. He was doubted for years, but he fucking did what he had to do to get better every year to take his team over the top. Dwight Howard's not going to be that guy. He wants to be loved. He wants to be there and praised for the good. But as soon as the bad happens, he doesn't want any part of it. He just wants to keep getting that love, and the Rockets showed him that love, and I guess he bought the whole story about them being this and that. Now I'm hearing that they're trying to get Josh Smith or whatever his name is. I mean, since when has that guy been a freaking superstar? That guy's a solid player. But anyway, best of luck to Dwight Howard. You know, glad this is all over. Glad he's gone, because we definitely do not want a player on the Lakers that doesn't want to be all there. Especially not somebody that you're paying max money to. You do not want him to supposedly be a leader on your team when he's indecisive, when he's not, you know, willing to deal with the pressure. Because playing in LA, there's a pressure that comes along with it. There's a pressure because all of a sudden there's that expectation of championship, just like there was last year. Now he can go to Houston. They won't win this year, and it'll be okay because OKC is going to kick their ass, so on and so forth, you know, and he'll be able to hang because no one's going to really care. He's not going to have the spotlight in his face like it is in LA. That's the thing. LA, they always expect the most out of the Lakers, and he just couldn't handle that. So that's better, but maybe next year, with all that cap space that they're going to have, they can go ahead and possibly pick up a player. We'll see. But now they can at least move forward with players that want to be there and decide what moves they're going to make. And keep in mind this also, Laker fans, is that the Lakers could have made another mistake today. They lost Dwight Howard. Okay, that sucks. But they could have compounded that by doing a sign and trade. So thank God they didn't do anything stupid like that and pick up somebody worthless like Jeremy Lin or somebody else's garbage. Now, on the Rockets, I did like, what was it, Omar Osik. He's a good player. He's a really good player. He's making a little bit more than I would like. I think he's got one of those shitty contracts, one of those poison pill contracts or whatever. But I like him as a player. But I kind of like the way the Lakers are going to be. They're going to have a lot of cap flexibility. And at the very least, they'll be able to say, you know what, fuck the league. We're not going to be paying the luxury tax, because that's what the league counts on. That's why they added all this fucking... In their last collective bargaining agreement, they wanted to have teams like the Lakers, the Knicks, pretty much give money to all these other sucky-ass teams that don't want to make moves. So I'm glad that the Lakers are going to be like, you know what, fuck it. They're going to be in the luxury tax, but definitely not as bad as they were if they were to get Dwight Howard. And if you've listened to some of my previous commentaries about the subject, they weren't going to be all that great. They just weren't, because Dwight Howard's not that kind of guy that's going to take you over the top. So let some other team now learn that lesson, and hopefully Dwight learns that lesson too, and we can all get a good laugh and move on. But the Lakers, they did good because they didn't compound their mistake by doing a sign and trade. I've been hearing sign and trade deals with the Warriors, all this shit the past few days, and it would have just made the Lakers a worse team. It would have hurt their flexibility. So as far as any of that stuff goes, they did really good in not compounding the mistake. So, you know, Laker fans, you know what? I know you're hurt right now, but hey, just deal with it. Pick your heads up. Next season is not going to be as bad as we might think, but it's going to be good the following year because they're going to have flexibility. And who knows? I mean, they'll have decisions to make. I'm thinking that the Lakers, what they should do is they should start off the season, see how it all looks. You know, if they're being competitive, keep the team together, because you're going to have to be competitive if you're going to be playing in LA. They can't tank unlike most other teams, but what they can do is that if they start to stink it up, they might want to look at dealing some of these guys. Maybe dealing Steve Nash, definitely Pau Gasol, just to free up even more cap space, and, well, not just cap space, but possibly get some draft picks in return, because next year's draft is supposed to be pretty good. So at this point in time, they didn't get Dwight Howard. Maybe they can get some picks, get some young guys in here that are going to help the team. And that's the thing. People are making it seem like no one wants to go to the Lakers. Dwight Howard just didn't want to be a Laker. He couldn't handle the pressure. But I'm sure that there'll be plenty of other guys that are going to be willing to come and play for the Lakers. So make no mistake about it. Lakers haven't dropped off the map. Things kind of just came and bit them on the ass. They were, you know, they overpaid for a lot of players. You know, Pau Gasol's making a shitload of money. Kobe Bryant's making a shitload of money. So they don't really have the flexibility that a lot of these other players have. And now they kind of have to retool. They might have to suck for a couple years. But there's still hope. They just need to just stay under control. Don't do anything stupid. And I think at the end of the day, give it a year or two, they'll be back where they want to be. So anyway, Laker fans, don't get your, you know, don't hang your heads down too low. Know that there are brighter days in the future, and hey, you know what? It's better that we lost Dwight Howard. I'm out.